Kunta, the Jamaican prince. A Jamaican love story. Kunta was a West African prince. He was a warrior with a beautiful, loving heart. He was the dream of every woman in his kingdom. Women would stop what they were doing and stare at him when he walked the village, all hoping that Kunta would marry them. But everything changed one day. While everyone was fast asleep, foreigners took the village by surprise and torched their homes. The warriors had to fight back quickly. Kunta was the chief warrior, so he was at the front of the battle. It was a terrible night, one the villagers would never forget. The last thing Kunta remembered was a loud bang. When he regained consciousness, he was aboard a huge ship, bound in chains and very hungry. The foreigners took Kunta to a beautiful island, Jamaica. When he got there, he realized he was brought there to be a slave on a cotton field. Kunta loved beautiful Jamaica, but he was nobody's slave. Very soon after he arrived, Kunta escaped and lived in the mountains of Duggensfield in St. Thomas. At this time, 3 kings ruled Jamaica. 1 king was in St. Thomas, 1 in Westmoreland, and 1 king in St. Anne. Kunta heard from his friends who had also run away from the foreigners that the king of St. Thomas needed help to defeat the foreigners and chase them out of Jamaica. Kunta decided that he would help. Kunta remembered how they torched his village and decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. He planned with his team and torched the foreigners' plantations and homes. They had no choice but to escape in their ships and leave Jamaica. The people celebrated and hailed Kunta and his friends as the warriors of the East. The celebrations continued for weeks. They named a street after Kunta as the leader and created a dance named Kunta Bounce in his honor. Kunta received gold and many acres of land from the king of St. Thomas. He was once again a wealthy man like he was in Africa, but he was still missing something important. He needed a woman to love. Kunta decided he was going to move from St. Thomas and settle in Westmoreland to find his true love. He stayed in the streets of Westmoreland, sleeping by the roadside. He even cut his locks, which was a sign of poverty at that time. Kunta started to feel hopeless, but he decided to continue for one more day. As Kunta was making up his mind to return to St. Thomas, a golden carriage drawn by a beautiful black horses stopped at his feet. The most beautiful woman Kunta had ever seen stepped out of the carriage. She was wearing a golden crown and a beautiful yellow gown. She was accompanied by a man who didn't seem pleased that she had stopped the carriage and was speaking with Kunta. Kunta ignored him because he was so smitten by her beauty. She gave Kunta food and natural juice and asked him if he was okay. She promised to return to see him the next day. Her name was Princess Stacy. Princess Stacy was the only daughter of the king of Westmoreland. She was engaged to marry Prince Shubada from St. Anne Kingdom, but she didn't love him. She didn't even like him. He was arrogant. Prince Shubada was angry that Princess Stacy had stopped to talk with Kunta, a dirty homeless man. He warned her never to do that again. But Princess Stacy did not care what Prince Shubada wanted to say. She didn't like him. He was very controlling and evil. She was only marrying him because of her father. She visited Kunta every day after the day she met him. Kunta gave Princess Stacy pure joy. They talked and laughed together for hours, every day, like old friends. One day, while they were in the forest talking, Kunta told the princess that he was in love with her. She confessed that she also loved him. She decided that she would run away with Kunta to his home in St. Thomas. When Princess Stacy got home that day to pack her bags, she heard her father shouting her name. "Stacy Ann!" She knew he was angry when he called all of her name. Prince Shubada had followed Princess Stacy to the forest and heard when she planned to run away with Kunta. He had told the king everything. Stacy was afraid to face her father. Prince Shubada requested that the king push the wedding date closer, and the king agreed. The king commanded that Stacy was not allowed to see Kunta again. The king told his guards that if they ever saw Kunta near the princess again, they should kill him. Princess Stacy was furious. She hated Prince Shubada even more. She wept at the thought of Kunta being killed. What could she do? She needed to see him. She had to see him one last time to warn him. At night, when everyone was fast asleep, Princess Stacy tiptoed out of the palace and ran to see Kunta. She told him everything. He told her it was fine because he had gotten a dream from his ancestors that he should go deep into the mountains to meditate. So Kunta went deep into the forest. Days turned into weeks, and weeks to months. She could not believe she had not seen Kunta for such a long time. The king was happy because Kunta was no longer in the picture. Stacy pretended to be okay, but deep down, she missed Kunta. One day, the seers of the land visited the palace. They came with bad news that all the coconut trees were dying. Coconut was the main source of healthy drink and raw material for building houses and clothes. The seers told the king that the only way to fix this is for a brave warrior to get the secret of the mountains from the monkey. Men from all over Westmoreland went to ask the monkey for the secret. They went at day and at night, but the monkey just stared at them. The monkey told them that he can only tell the secret of the mountains to the brave prince from Africa. Nobody knew what the monkey meant by that. Who was this prince? Nobody could get the secret. Very soon, all the coconut trees died, and Westmoreland was suffering from the worst drought the people had ever seen. Meanwhile, Kunta was in the mountains meditating. He got delicious food from the fruit trees and vegetation in the mountains. He fought and defeated the vicious creatures in the mountains until he became their leader and friend. Kunta got another dream from his ancestors. They told him to find the monkey who has a gift for him. He should then give the gift to the king of Westmoreland in exchange for his daughter's hand in marriage. Kunta went through the snake territory and many dangerous places in the mountain to get to the monkey, but he was brave and very determined. Kunta finally saw the monkey and received the gift. It was the secret of the mountains, a hemp plant with beautiful golden flowers. Kunta ran straight to the king and gave the secret of the mountain to him. The king was overjoyed. He asked Kunta what he wanted. Without hesitation, Kunta said, "I want to marry Princess Stacy." The king agreed. because he had to grant Kunta his request for all he had done for Westmoreland. Princess Stacy was overjoyed. The king spoke to the secret of the mountain, and immediately the coconut trees started to revive and return to their lush green color. Once again, the land was green and beautiful. Every coconut tree in sight was looking glorious in the Jamaican sun. The same day it rained. The drought was over. When news of Kunta's wedding with Princess Stacy got to Prince Shubada, he was furious. He summoned his team of advisors to plot against Kunta. The advisors told him that he needs to go to the forest to get a special herb that will make Kunta not want to marry Princess Stacy, but instead kill her on her wedding day. So Prince Shubada got his fighters to go with him into the forest. When they got to the forest read Prince Shubada's heart and knew he was planning evil against Kunta. As they entered the forest, strong lightning struck Prince Shubada and his followers. Shubada died on the spot. When the king heard what Shubada had done, he thanked God that his daughter never married that evil man. Now the kings of Jamaica all came to Westmoreland, and the king of St. Thomas told everyone about how Kunta chased the foreigners away. Kunta was pronounced prince of the entire Jamaica. He was given a beautiful golden crown and a robe. His locks grew long and beautiful once again. A few weeks later, it was the day for Princess Stacy and Prince Kunta's wedding. It was the event of the year. Everyone in Jamaica was in attendance. Princess Stacy looked ravishing in her beautiful wedding gown and head wrap. It was the happiest moment of their lives. They vowed to love each other and to protect Jamaica for the rest of their lives. When people all over the world heard about Princess Stacy and Prince Kunta's love story, many women started visiting Jamaica to find their strong, handsome warrior husband. Princesses came from Europe and found their husbands. Princesses came in their numbers, all searching for a man like Kunta to make their own love story. Some did not care whether the man they found was a prince. They just wanted a man who had locks and other big things like Kunta. Some princesses didn't care about the age nor the locks. They just wanted a Jamaican man to be their husband, like Princess Stacy. Many Jamaican women were also sought to be wives, as Jamaica was now known as the place to find true love. There were many, many weddings that year, all because of the determination of Kunta and the strong bond that he shared with Princess Stacy. When asked about his love story, Kunta always said, "Every hoe has its stick in the bush." So no matter who you are, always remember that there is someone for everyone. There is definitely someone out there for you. Don't ever settle for less than love. And also remember that good things can come from a bad situation. Subscribe and follow us for daily stories. Thank you for watching.